very sleek, very beautiful, very feature-rich operating system. Um, Honestly, from a functional point of view, it doesn't. To me, it doesn't do a whole lot more than XP, other than it's got a lot of bells and whistles, and I think it looks much nicer than XP Professional. Um, some of the additional tools. Again, we went over some of the additional programs that they added. Um, in this case, we've added voice recognition. So let's go over here. We'll go over to accessories and system tools. And under system tools, one of the things that has changed, in this case, the backup utility is a bit different. We can do selective restores just like with NT Backup, and you can automate backing things up just like you could under XP Professional or 2000, 2003, 2008 server. Let's go into back into accessories and we'll look at ease of access. In addition to narrator and magnifier to magnify the screen or a text-to-speech engine to speak, menu commands or options, the on-screen keyboard that's there, you still have, sticky keys that you can activate for people that are, impaired. In this case, we also have voice recognition. Now, I personally use Dragon Speak Naturally Speaking. It's a pretty robust voice recognition system. It does dictation. You can remote control your operating system with your voice. It's pretty good, solid application, but it is nice to have that built into an operating system. And in this case, just like Dragon Speak, you would have to train it, your voice to it. You go through and set the volume of your microphone. Are you using an omnidirectional mic, a built-in mic in a laptop, a headset mic? All of those nuances could present different environment parameters to the speech recognition system. I'm going to go ahead and hop out of there real quick. Let's see what else. Well, that's about everything that I can think of for now. Um, okay. We're going to do just a few more things in Vista. One of the things I really like are the Microsoft Management Consoles. And to do that, you just enter the command MMC. You see it's already there. I use them quite frequently. This allows you to create a customized toolbox in Vista or XP Professional 2003, 2008. You can add different snap-ins. So one of the things I like to do for security, in this case for IPsec policies, my IP security monitor, I'll add the local computer here for my IPsec policies. For group policy, result instead of policy. If it was, in this case, I'm not joined to a domain, so it's not Active Directory, but just my local security policy, security configuration and analysis, security templates. I would add group policy management and a group policy object, in this case for the local computer. And then you can configure these into sort of a nice personalized toolbox and then save it put it on your start menu or put it in a sort of if you want to add a shortcut to a toolbar, but it just kind of lets you configure everything in one place where you might want to do certain tasks, such as, monitoring or regulating security on your system. So management consoles. Let's see some of the other nice features. The online update. If we go to advanced system settings, and I can go to device manager here, or alternatively I can go here to device manager. And in this case, if I were going to update a driver, again, you have this capability in XP, but Microsoft improved it considerably with Vista. So if I want to search automatically online for an updated driver, I could. And I'm not going to wait. That's not really an important piece of hardware. This is set up on a virtual machine, but again, here is the system summary of all my settings there. Let's look at a few other things. I'm going to go to, in this case, let me go out of here, right click on computer, I'm going to go to manage. And again, if you're familiar with XP, disk management still does the same thing. I can go into Vista if I want to change drive letters and paths. Now, sort of some partition magic functionality, or what basically what you can do with FIPS in Linux. You can shrink a volume now. There's a little bit more versatility there. If I wanted to convert this to a dynamic disk for RAID, if I had multiple disks, then I would have that option there. Event viewer for security logs if I use auditing, and we'll take a quick look at that in a moment. Um, Task scheduler, system tools, services and applications. If I want to turn services on and off, I can go here. Depending on what I want to activate or shut down, let's choose something here that's not, alright, let's say Windows Firewall. Pretty important service, but I can choose to make it automatic, manual, disabled. I can start or stop it, and I can do that with any of these services here. So there's my management console. If I wanted to look at environment variables, again, those are the same. I'm going to go over to advanced. Um, so we talked about DEP, data execution prevention, I believe. Environment variables, if I wanted to set my system path variable, same as an XP Pro. You also have those in 2000. It's just kind of a nice place to put it. Of course, you can access it from a prompt as well. There's a couple of interesting, you have the standard complement of command line tools, pretty much most of what you have with XP Professional. There's still the net commands. You can do net stop and net start and then name a service, whatever service that you want to start. Here'd be a listing of possible services you could pass to that command. You can do a lot with the net command. Now, some of you who use XP Professional or have used it, you probably remember the net send command. And the syntax was as such, net send, and you could type a host name, virtual Vista or an IP address, and then a message. Hi, or you could close it in quotes. Hi, how are you? Something like that. One of the things that has changed in Vista is that instead of using the net send command, if you want to send messages, just use the MSG command. And unlike net send, it doesn't depend on the Windows messaging service. Remember that, if your friends or coworkers annoyed you with Windows messaging, you could always go in, into the services applet and right-click on it and disable Windows Messenger, and then they couldn't do that. Well, it required that particular service to be running to function. MSG does not actually require that. It's a it's a new system command with Vista, so the syntax would be message server, my host name. Well, look up my host name. Virtual Vista, so I could use that, or I could use the loopback 127001, but in this case we'll send a message. Virtual Vista will use my host name and my user account, in this case me, so it's not just the host, but you also have the option of directing the message to a particular user logged in, in a session in that host, in this case my current session, and I'll send myself a message. Hello, self. How are you? And I'm going to hit enter. And this is what, a coworker or office person would see if you sent them the message, hello, self, how are you? Let me clear the screen. We've gone over other commands here, but again, standard commands. Pretty much standard command prompt.